Please turn off your cell phones, pagers, and watch alarms.
You're listening to Halftime Halfwits, the internet's worst sports podcast.
What is up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Halftime Halfwits. We are your Halfwits. I am Weston.
And it's your boy, Sully.
And it is currently November 5th, around 9 o'clock. We are watching the Packers and 49ers game on Thursday Night Football.
It's been pretty interesting so far. I'm already getting scored on by someone in fantasy with Devontae Adams. So
yeah, that was a large touchdown pass. That's not the right word.
I mean, it's
very long reception.
Yeah, I mean it was probably at least 40 yards. He caught that bomb. I mean, it completely screwed me. It depends how he does in the second half, but I should still be okay.
Yeah, Devontae Adams coming back, that's definitely been a big impact for the Packers. When he's healthy, he's a top 5 receiver, in my opinion. And just Aaron Rodgers, he's an elite quarterback. He's obviously going to throw the bombs, and that's what he's done so far. They got Aaron Jones back, but I have him on my fantasy team. I decided to sit him, and I think he's done pretty good so far. He tore it up that first drive.
Did you end up starting him tonight?
Nah, he's on my bench.
You benched him. How many points do you think he's got?
I can check it. I also have Aaron Rodgers playing. He's already got 3 touchdowns. He has me 18.
Oh, he's doing good. You still have halftime after this.
Yeah. So imagine if Aaron Rodgers throws like 3 more touchdowns.
Yeah, gets you a 40 piece.
Yeah. Aaron Jones has 10 points so far. So the fantasy professionals told me to sit him, and that's what I did. He has 8 attempts, 50 yards. He's 4 for 4 on targets for 18 yards. But all the touchdowns the Packers have scored have come through the air so far.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, I don't know who else scored for him, though.
Still, the Packers were one of the few teams that were left undefeated in the last week, I guess.
Well, were they undefeated last week? When did they?
They lost. They lost previously. It was I know the only undefeated team now.
Yeah, that's when they got me. That's when Aaron Rodgers got me 3 fucking points. Yeah. I don't remember who they lost. Minnesota? I think it was Minnesota.
Yeah, it was Minnesota.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's terrible.
I don't know how Minnesota did that. And then I remember the next week they were like, can Minnesota hold off? I think it was Patrick Mahomes. They were like, can Minnesota hold off Patrick Mahomes? And it was like,
and then he put up like 40 points in fantasy.
No, I'm going to score a 40 piece on you real fast.
I mean, the Packers' defense, honestly, that's not even the best part of their team, even though their defense is good. It's their offense.
Oh, yeah. And they're set now. I mean,
as long as everybody's healthy, as long as everyone stays all right.
You know, when they drafted Jordan Love this year, the quarterback out of, where was he from? Nevada?
It wasn't anywhere crazy.
Yeah. When they drafted him, I was like, man, you could have went out and gotten one of those high-class wide receivers that, because, I mean, the 2020 class was stacked with wide receivers.
Yeah.
And they got Jordan Love the first round and A.J. Dillon the second round, that running back out of Boston College.
Yeah, but them drafting a quarterback first round made Aaron Rodgers question everything like the Packers were thinking about him. He obviously assumes he's still their guy, which he is.
He definitely still is.
Why would you but he's looking at the future. Like, why would you draft a quarterback first round if you plan on having me at least, 3 or 4 more years?
I mean, maybe even as a little insurance policy, because obviously everybody saw what happened to Dak.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they'd have a better chance of just trading for somebody.
Trading for a quarterback?
Yeah. Just getting if something did happen to Aaron Rodgers, they'd finish season out with the backup and just trade for somebody decently good, trade some picks away. Like Matt Ryan. They could take Matt Ryan if something happened to Aaron Rodgers, because I think the Falcons could tank for hopefully Trevor Lawrence.
Well, they beat us last week.
They're talking about getting rid of Matt Ryan. I mean, analysts are.
Yeah. So, I don't know. He's always consistent. Matt Ryan is always consistent.
He is the leading passer in, what are we in, week 8? Week 9 technically now. This is the first game of week 9.
Start of week 9.
So Matt Ryan is the passing leader through week 9. And, I mean, you can't say he's a bad quarterback. Look at that. I mean, he puts up stats and he puts up points. But our defense is so terrible. Like, we lose and everybody looks at him and it's not his fault.
Yeah. And, I mean, the defense is terrible. Also, the offensive line is just not good. They have not protected Matt Ryan for years, I feel like.
We haven't had a good offensive line in a long time. When we went to the Super Bowl, somehow our offensive line stayed healthy the entire season, which is the first time that's happened since I've probably been alive.
Yeah. And I mean, they tried to.
And that was when we got Alex Mack, too, and he was a Pro Bowl center.
He's still a good center.
He is still top of the line, but
those two, you all drafted those two rookies in 2019.
yeah, and they start too, and they're not bad.
Didn't want them. They both got hurt their rookie season, and then now I think their sophomore season. I don't know if obviously they're not doing the best, but
no, they're both playing though.
They're trying their best.
I mean, you know something's wrong when your team drafts 2 offensive linemen back to back in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think it was in the first round. I think they had 2 picks in the first
they probably
round.
did.
And they did it.
We traded up. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's get 2 tackles.
Seriously, that's something we need. We needed it then. Now we need defense terribly. Oh my gosh, being a Falcons fan, it's rough. Every player is apparently made of paper mache.
Last Thursday when we were watching the Panthers-Falcons game, the Panthers looked like they needed an offensive line, which, I mean, they said they did last year. And we traded our Pro Bowl guard for a somewhat Pro Bowl tackle who's not played many games yet, Russell Okung. And then we traded away Trey Turner. Which, I mean, I don't see why we did that trade, but, I mean, I don't care that we did that trade. But we don't really have a centerpiece guard anymore to protect Teddy. I mean,
so that's probably what you're going to get in the draft this year is going to be an offensive lineman.
Yeah, we did. I mean, people were thinking we should have got an offensive lineman in the draft this year, and we spent literally all 7 picks on defense, and we've already cut one of those picks. So like that pick could have been used on offense, which our offense isn't doing terrible right now. Like we're not bad. Teddy's not bad. He's a little inconsistent on the deep ball, but he's 10 times better than what Cam ever was on the deep ball.
Yeah, but if you're a fan of a team, you don't want to say your quarterback's not bad.
Yeah.
You want a good quarterback.
And I mean,
I don't expect the Panthers to keep Teddy that long. I think they'll find somebody. I think they might even draft somebody good.
Yeah, I mean, and he's only on a 3-year contract right now.
That's a big contract, honestly. I didn't know it was that long.
It's a 3-year, $60 million. But
I thought they'd give him maybe 2.
I could see somehow the Panthers. I mean,
the Patriots just gave Cam a 1 year. 1 year, right?
Yeah, but they didn't have any money. Did you see that article, Bill Belichick? It was.
I'm sure they didn't. Robert Kraft's that cheap son of a bitch, I guess.
They were like, yeah, we paid Cam Newton $1 million for 1 season. It's like you can tell we don't have any money. He was trying to.
And Cam just wants to play.
Yeah, Cam didn't give a shit. Cam wanted.
He obviously doesn't need money at this point. He just wants to get back out there.
And he's not doing bad this year either. I mean, I just think Cam's
he did lose that game for
him
though. He fumbled or he threw it. Intercept. I think he fumbled on the goal line. Like he was about to get in, he fumbled it, and the other team recovered and they won.
It's just years of him doing the exact same thing from high school to college to JUCO to back to Auburn, and then in the NFL. I mean, they say a big motherfucker who can run and throw the ball a little bit, and they're like, all right, run this bitch, and just years of getting destroyed.
I mean, Cam, he is the stoutest quarterback in the NFL, but he is fragile too at the same time. Like,
shit, I would be too if I got hit all the time.
He is at the same time, just because he's big, he's a quarterback at the same time. They are fragile.
Yeah.
They're not made like defensive backs or running backs or linebackers.
Some defensive backs are little scrawnians.
Oh, yeah.
They still kick my ass, but
yeah, they just straight
scrawnians.
ankle wrap up, but Ricardo Allen for the Falcons, he's one of the smallest defensive backs there is, and he is an absolute headhunter. And he looks like a strange human, I'm not even going to lie, but he's so small, but he's so aggressive.
That reminds me of, remember your dad was coaching that Little League team, and he said there was that really little tiny guy on the team, but he was like the hardest hitter, and he would always hit this one guy in practice or on the other team or something, and a lot harder than the other ones. And your dad asked him, he's like, hey, why are you hitting him so hard? Do you not like him or something? He was like, no, he's my friend.
He's my friend. I'm just trying to lay him out.
I'm just trying to destroy him real fast.
That's what you gotta have if you're a football player. You gotta be tough. You gotta be a headhunter.
Speaking of injuries, I mean, just in the game we're watching tonight, let alone COVID, not even counting COVID, the 49ers have obviously been injury-plagued all season, but you're missing your starting quarterback in Jimmy G, your Pro Bowl, all-pro tight end in George Kittle.
Yeah, that's honestly the biggest one that hurts.
Bosa's out, been out for a while.
That really hurts too.
Solomon Thomas, whoever the offensive lineman is, Trent Brown, I think that's his name. Trent Brown's out. I don't even know how many running backs are out now. I think they got rid of Matt Breida at the trade deadline. Mosert's still hurt. They got Jerick McKinnon, and then Jeff Hardy, I think's his name, or something Hardy.
Sounds like they're just missing a ton of pieces.
That's what they are missing. They're missing a shit ton of people. I mean, that's why the score is so lopsided. I mean, they were in the Super Bowl last year, and then it's just, one, I think Jimmy G's been playing inconsistently, obviously, and he's been hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he had negative fantasy points in that one game. They pulled his ass for Nick Mullen.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
I mean, he's the one playing right now, but I mean, they just don't. Oh, Deebo Samuel, he's not playing. Brandon Ayeku, he's not playing. They don't have any wide receivers playing right now. Like, I literally have no idea who else they have on the field, like, playing wide receiver wise right now.
I saw that that's one team they were talking about Matt Ryan possibly being traded to next year was the 49ers.
I could see that. I mean, I could see.
Kyle Shanahan taking him back.
Yeah, I saw something that said the 49ers were going to be done with Jimmy G after this season.
Yeah, I could see them trading Jimmy G to someone like the Jaguars.
That'd be interesting. I also saw where
that's someone who needs a quarterback probably worse than anyone.
Well, the Jaguars said that they were going to try to roll with Minshew. They thought Minshew was a Pro Bowl.
They're Minshew mad right now.
Yeah, well,
it's Minshew madness down there in Jacksonville.
James Robinson's been killing it. That running back, undrafted rookie.
Yeah,
he's done fantasy wise. He's been killing it.
He took Leonard Fournette's spot, I guess.
They like him.
Fill some shoes.
They like him better than they do Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard might be a little overpaid.
He's not overpaid now. He didn't get that high dollar contract that he really wanted. He signed that deal with the Bucks, and that's another thing.
Was he 1 year or 2 years?
I'm not 100% sure. That's
another thing. Can't be that long. You can't invest that much time into a running back, unless it's a Todd Gurley back when he was a rookie. Yeah, or after his rookie contract was up.
Todd Gurley in his prime.
Yeah, back when he was still in St. Louis. Before they moved to LA, Todd Gurley was raw then. Absolutely raw.
Georgia is RBU.
Georgia is that's what's crazy. We produce the best running backs, and I forget who it was, but they recognized Georgia as linebacker university, and that makes absolutely no sense. Like we've had
that's not totally false either. I
mean, I know we produced a lot of good defensive players, but the most notable ones within the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years are all running backs.
Yeah, I mean, you still had Raekwon Smith.
Raekwon Smith, he was their last All-American, and then
what about Baker? What was his first name? Something.
DeAndre Baker.
DeAndre Baker.
Yeah, he was a cornerback. I mean, now in the NFL, he got cut by the Giants. He didn't even make it.
Well, was that because he was stealing shit? I thought he was like.
Into some mischief.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could. I haven't heard that,
but
I wouldn't be surprised. Another Javon Wims for the Bears. I'm sure everybody saw the meme of him punching the defensive back just right in the face, just obliviously.
Is he from Georgia?
Yes, he was. He was a wide receiver at Georgia, Javon Wims.
Yeah, but he said he said he spit on him or something.
He probably did, but Javon Wims absolutely did not care.
No, he ran
was
up
probably
there.
Going to get thrown out of the game. Punched him in the face twice anyway.
He ran up there, jacked his chain, smacked him.
Smacked him twice.
And then that guy was like, "Why'd you hit me with my helmet on?" And then he was like, "I don't care." And he punched him again. And then the brawl ensued. And it was crazy.
Yeah,
from
the whole
there.
team, everybody's like, what is going on over here? This is all after the play.
You gotta love a good sports fight.
I mean, it's so entertaining. You can't not, but, the team owners, coaches, everyone's so upset.
They don't love the sports fights. But it's always good entertainment.
I love to see it. But this game, it's not looking good. At least for the 49ers.
We're back out of halftime. It's a score of 21-3, Green Bay Packers. The 49ers have the ball on the opposite 40 trying to score. That was the worst pass I have ever seen a professional quarterback make.
Oh my gosh.
I'll take that back.
They better get Jimmy G back in. They better just take his His broken
his
ass
broke foot and throw him in there. Another thing, one of the biggest questions that I've been thinking, or one of the biggest things I've been thinking of this past weekend, is Antonio Brown's return. What do you think he's going to do there?
That's crazy. I mean, we saw how long he lasted at the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean...
hopefully he just doesn't, go crazy in his house, and start screaming at the police again.
That was a wild video. But I think,
hopefully he's got his temper and everything under control.
I still think the man's crazy.
Oh, he is absolutely... He's got some screws loose. Like, that guy is wild.
But I think he's come down a little bit, if that makes sense.
I bet he's gotten therapy. He's had to have something.
I think that was one
or
of
medication. I mean, I don't know what, but he's got to, have something to be able to come back to the NFL.
I think that was one of the requirements that the NFL said he had to have before he came back was, therapy or counseling or anger management classes or something like that.
He needs all of the above.
But he said he wanted to play with Tom Brady again. And earlier, back in May, March, preseason, very early preseason, before we even knew if we were going to have a season, Bruce Arians said that he was not going to sign Antonio Brown, but he did anyway right now. And then he made some comment that said, he was like, it's always nice to add a valuable piece down the stretch or something. And he was talking about how, Mike Evans is a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL, and he's not complaining that he's not getting 13 targets a game, 20 targets a game.
Is Chris Godwin hurt right now?
He was last week, and...
he's absolutely insanely good, too, and no one would have ever been like, yeah, this guy coming up right here, he's the dude.
That's one thing that's whenever the Bucs signed AB, I was just like, that wide receiver core is already so crowded. I mean, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Miller, you still have all the running backs who all catch passes. You have, Shady, LaShawn McCoy, Fournette, Ronald Jones has been doing pretty well recently. You have 3 tight ends. Whenever they signed Gronk, I was like, what the hell? I mean, I could obviously see that, and the Brady and Gronk connection's still there because we've seen that past couple weekends.
Also, just signing Gronk makes money, too. Selling Gronk jerseys for Tampa. I mean, I don't even know how much money they're probably making off that.
Gronk is literally like the next Shaq.
He's like a football
friends.
Shaq that had a shorter career, but
they're like best friends. I mean, he's back in it. He could go for a little longer. I just think he's been hitting the head one too many times. That dude's got a screw loose. He's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He seems fun to party with.
He seems like he could drink more beers than you and me combined.
I guarantee he could. Probably.
I'd like to see the contest. Let's see how we can do it.
I don't know if I can. I don't know. He would definitely kick my ass in drinking beer.
I don't think so. I think Gronk could be possibly a lightweight.
You think Gronk fakes it? Is that news? Gronk fake partying?
I bet Gronk's a guy that shotguns half a beer, and he can't finish the other half.
He's the guy that doesn't finish the foam?
Yep. He said, it's too foamy.
Gronk. Hit us up. Tell us what you think.
Come on, Gronk. You gotta prove us wrong.
Tell us what you do, Gronk. You're with the Bucs now, so we have to make fun of you. You don't finish the fucking foam.
You gotta finish the foam, baby.
Well, guys, I think that's all we're gonna do for this episode of the Halftime Halfwits. Check us out again later on in the week, and we'll be talking about some more sports shit. Peace out.
Cheers.